Sacrifice. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith in truth and sincerity. And shalom unto the Akwa, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. And it said, observe the opportunity and beware of evil. Know what you are in. And don't take this opportunity, because the Lord didn't have to give you this grace and mercy. He didn't have to give you this grace and mercy. He didn't have to wake you up. He could have allowed you to continue to be in the dark. So beware of the opportunity and beware of evil, understanding what's before you. Listen, we all have to go through the straight gate, even the ones who sold their soul, even the ones who's not in trouble right now, the rich. That is the end of the world, man. And when you go into that word world, it's the age. You got three worlds. You got Ion, which is the one I'm talking about, which means the age. You got Oikoumene, which means the whole world. And you have Cosmos, which is the one in John 3:16 when it's dealing with orderly arrangements. So and it said, be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. So when we are standing before death, don't switch up. Don't be ashamed to be yourself. So that's why I love the scripture right here, because it says in mouthful, observe the opportunity, knowing what you in, beware of evil, because that's what we're heading towards. And by bewaring of the evil, is that you trying to get in good graces with the Lord, for you can actually have some protection when the evil come, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. So don't be afraid to be yourself in these evil times. You're gonna have a lot of people, that's gonna tuck their tail in. They on the highways and byways now. I'm talking about these false prophets, with their guns and they very proud look. They speak, they actually talk shit against the truth. They ain't in the doctrine. But guess what? They're going to be the ones that's going to tuck their tail in. And we hope. That's why we say we hope, the hopeful elect. So it said, there is a shame that bringeth sin. And that shame is being proud, man. Not acknowledging the truth, because you gotta because the biggest shame is being an unbeliever, but it's so many ways you can go into being an unbeliever. You got people who sell their soul. You got false prophets who actually know the truth, but they took the bag. And you got people who are just scoffers, like they see the men of the Lord, but they don't respect them as men of the Lord. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and that's unbelief. And there is a shame which is glory and grace. And that's us being hated by the world. Matter of fact, let's get John. So there is a shame. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that one more time. There is a shame which is glory and grace, man. That's suffering for righteousness' sake. At the end of that, at the end of that, you get a crown on your head. At the end of suffering, for righteousness' sake, you get the kingdom. You get the everlasting life. You get the joy. You get everything that your heart desire. As it says in Psalms 37:4. Matter of fact, I haven't read that in a while. I can't even quote it because I haven't read it in a while. It said, delight thyself also in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. So while the world hate us and look down on us, guess what? we have something to look forward to. So going back, oops. I actually had other scriptures in mind, but the Spirit want these. So it said, henceforth I call you servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all the things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. So that's going back to beware of the opportunity. The Lord didn't have to give you this. And it says, yet have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it unto you. So now this scripture right here, I know a man who actually take this scripture out of context. Because if you are a brother that's new, and you just came into the truth in the last hour, like the scripture said, how can you just get fruit like that? First of all, you was a fruit that was gathered. Sometimes you just be fruit that's gathered. You got men out here who preach on the highways and byways by themselves, standing 10 toes for the Lord. That don't mean that, if you don't ever get a brother by your side, that you're not a man of the Lord. You're just a fruit that was gathered. Maybe it ain't meant for you to get fruit. All right. So I just want to speak on that real quick, because I remember Apostle Tahar said a long time ago. He said, if I continue in the faith and Great Millstone just, everybody that said fuck the truth and leave, that don't make his salvation not salvation anymore, because he continued. So if all his fruit leave, which is Great Millstone, if all his fruit leave, then and he continued, he would get blessed. All right. That don't mean that he ain't a man of the Lord. But back to the subject at hand. So it says, these things I command you, that ye love one another. And if the world hates you, see, going back to if the world hates you, right? For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory in grace. All right. There is a shame which is glory in grace. So going back, 18, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love its own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. That's a blessing. Matter of fact, is that Luke? I think it's Luke 6:22. It said, blessed are ye when men shall hate you. See? And when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake, rejoice in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So, hey, wicked people always hated the prophets. You are in a beautiful blessing stead. All right. So blessed are ye when men shall hate you. Let's read 18 again. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. So Yahushua went all through that persecution. You think we ain't going to go through nothing? You always got to keep that mindset. And it says, the servant is not greater than his Lord. Even if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. All right. Matter of fact, what's that? John. Matter of fact, I think it say, he that believeth on me is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name, which means we have the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And this is the condemnation, that light came into the world and men loved darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. So that's why, there is a sin that bringeth shame, and there is a shame which brings glory and grace. So there is a sin that bringeth shame, and that's you being an unbeliever because you rather be in darkness than light. Light came into the world 2,000 years ago. We had to go through our fall, a falling away first, and then the son of perdition be revealed. We are in that time. Esau had been made bare. Jeremiah 49:10. We have uncovered his secret places. He cannot hide. You got whistleblowers. Psalm 64:8. They should make their tongues fall upon themselves. Most information that we get is from Edomites snitching on Edomites because it's prophecy. But the beautiful thing about this truth, man, is understanding what you are in and how precious this is. So I'm going to go back. Observe the opportunity, man. Observe the opportunity and know what you are in. And guess what? We have something to look forward to. And the rest of the world have death to look forward to. And I'm going to end it on this. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hateth me love death. Sin just bring pain and sorrow and death. And that's what the world is going to get. Lord willing, we part of the elect. Let's continue to stay prayed up. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And shalom.